It's Thursday night, and it's the NBA here. Now the starting group for Orlando. The closer is out there with Tiny. And there's Cartwright. Then there's the great one. And it's B-Train in at the point. And for the Rockets, we've got Bosch. Waiter out there with Kukoc. And there's the monster. And it's Howell in at the 5. And this season's still very young. Greg, what are you looking forward to this year?
Oh, well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a huge one, so you never know what will happen with some of these young players.
There's B-Train. Pass to the great one. Here's the closer. Bosch with some nice D.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. Here's B-Train. Pass to the great one. To the inside. B-Train. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
So the Orlando Magic able to put the first points up on the board. Bosch can't get it to go.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Here's the great one. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. 6 on the shot clock. Tiny the pass to the great one. Tipped away. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Drew. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
What a play there, the hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
Here's B-Train. Pass to Cartwright. Here's the closer. Three-pointer. And it's Howell with the rebound. Here's Bosch. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
That's simply an outstanding play, working the size mismatch right at the rim.
B-Train passes to Tiny. Cartwright with it. Here's the great one. And it's Howell with the rebound. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
The Magic trail by 3. Here's Kafka. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Now, here's Vanderbilt. Pass to Kukoc. Bosch, a screen on Cartwright. Kukoc against Cartwright. A 3-ball. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Here's Tiny. Here's the great one. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And 110, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Kukoc can't get it to go.
Boy, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
Pass to Tiny. Here's the great one. Tries from 10. Again, the Magic score.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. With this break in the action, we can show you the teams that had the most rebounds last season. The Rockets 4th.
It was really an impressive campaign for their bigs. And honestly, I think the whole team did a great job of getting bodies on bodies and controlling that defensive backboard.
Cartwright against Kukoc. To the middle. Here's Howell. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Vanderbilt. Houston needs to get a shot up. And here's Bosch for three. B-Train with the rebound.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
Cartwright gets the bucket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Howell. Shot to stop the run. Can't capitalize inside. Things really clicking for him at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities. This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Picked him clean. To the paint. Jumps up. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Now, here's Vanderbilt. Pass to Bosch. Got a piece of it.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Here's B-Train. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Rockets trail by 10. There's the pick. Kukoc with it. He has yet to score. The Rockets with another miss. Cartwright up top, and he's covered by Grew. Here's B-Train. To the wing right side. Tiny the pass to Cartwright. Just 5 on the clock. The Magic need to get a shot off here. B-Train misses.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now, here's Vanderbilt. Pass to Howell. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Orlando leading by 8. Here's Tiny. Here's B-Train. Vanderbilt defending. To the right side. Vanderbilt with the screen. Here's Grew. Orlando grabs the miss. Here's B-Train. Pass to the closer. That's tipped. Here's B-Train. Here's the great one, and he's covered by Grew. And the basket is good. And that's now 6 points for the great one.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Houston making some changes. The dude, he's checked in for Kukoc, and the Monsters subbed in for the waiter. Orlando also making some changes. The franchise is checked in for the great one, and it's Mr. Perfect in for Cartwright. Back to Bosch. Shoots it. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
First personal foul.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
He hits the second from the line. GA, what effect do you think the rule to limit flopping has had since it was put into place in the NBA?
Well, I do think we're seeing less theatrics, and there were fines before, but a flop now might impact the game itself. So I'd say it's been a bit of a deterrent. When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, they're doing everything right. How about that? I mean, this could turn into a blowout very quickly.
Now, Grew. Pass to Howell. Back to Grew. Here's B-Train, and he's covered by Grew. Kafka. And it's Howell with the rebound. Rockets trail by 12. Down low, here's Bosch, and then Bosch with the jam.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Here's the closer. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Pass to B-Train. They set the pick. Shot clock at 6. Here's the closer. It's stolen. To the wing on the left. The tray connects from three-point range. Bosch has got it back down to within single digits for Houston. Here's Mr. Perfect. Hasn't made one yet. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And they also showed up in the top 5 in terms of steals. Their on-ball defensive pressure was killer last season.
And Greg, you talked about their points off turnovers. Not many teams were better at making the most of their opponent's mistakes. For the Rockets, MP's checked in for Howell. Primetime comes in for Bosch. The waiters subbed in for the Monster. The Great Ones checked in for Orlando. Shake and Bake comes in for the closer. Now, here's Vanderbilt. Pass to the Monster. Rebound by the Magic. There's Shake and Bake. And it's the Great One missing. MP outside. Pass to the Monster. 1:52 left in the first quarter of the game. He was all alone on that one. Magic leading by 7. There's B-Train. Driving in. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like right over the screen there makes that an easy shot. Right over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And finished off by Conley.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Here's the Monster. Pass to the Dude. Here's the Monster. Here's Welch on the clock, and that one comes up a bit short. Magic leading by 10. 1 second separate in the shot clock and game clock. To the left wing. Here's the franchise. He has 7. Releases from 15. And the rejection by MP. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Rockets have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game. The first free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
It's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
And so it's Orlando holding on to an And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Orlando.
Look at the fast break point total from these guys. I mean, they're really hustling, working hard. And those hustle points are showing up on the scoreboard.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
So on the floor for Orlando. Shaking big out there with the franchise. Then it's Mr. Perfect. Then there's the great one. And it's the great one in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Lock at 6. Here's Vanderbilt. And it's denied. Here's the franchise. Battles through traffic and lays it in. The franchise has got 9 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Welch. And it's the great one with the rebound. The great one's got his 5th rebound in this one. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Here's Mr. Perfect. Still without a basket. A three-pointer, no good.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Mann. Banked in off the glass.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Chen passes to the franchise. There's a screen. Lots of room. Here's the great one. And terrific.